Hello traders, Gary Wagner, WFGForex.com, Wagner Financial Group's weekly market update for your Forex Gold. We saw a real interesting week. The market has in fact moved higher. For those of you who have been taking our trades, we did enter our position, and this is back a couple of weeks ago, at 10.79. We have been trailing our stops up. Our current stop is sitting at 10.90. We are going to look to trail that stop higher. I'll talk to you about that towards the end. If you recall, when we received this dark cloud cover the other day, we had mentioned that conservative traders could go ahead and exit the trade. Myself, I'm an aggressive trader. An aggressive trader is simply one that's going to exit the trade when we're stopped out or when we hit our upside target. Conservative traders, of course, are those that will exit a trade once they get a sell signal to a buy signal or a buy signal to a sell signal. In terms of what we're looking at right now, our stochastics have moved nicely, and they are currently sitting a little bit higher, and they continue to widen. So we have our negative our percent D at a negative 1385, and our percent K is beginning to move into positive territory, almost there, at sitting at negative 0.17. In terms of the markets that we took a look at and patterns that we see, we do have an interesting pattern, and this particular pattern based on these four candles here are a continuation pattern. Typically what you see is a white candle, three black candles with lower lows and lower bodies, and then a white candle, and that's indicative of a market that will continue high. The reason I'm calling this a variation is there is only, of course, two black candles within this given pattern, but it's still enough of an indication that I am looking for the market to move higher. Now, we are still looking at critical support that we've not been able to see a close above, and that is that 120 area. If it can breach the 120 area, we are looking for it to move to 140, and ultimately we see 160 as a potential top in the market. So, for traders that are staying long, we want to pay real close attention to what we're going to see on Sunday's trading, of course. But we do have an indication right now that the market, in fact, may continue higher. Now, we received a high of 1127.18, and that's on today's trading, 1125 and 1127. So right now, the level of resistance that we haven't been able to move past is really at 127, and that matches up close to but above this high here. So we do want to take a serious look at it. In terms of what we're looking at long term again, and let's blow this chart down, we have this one level here at 1163 and up here at 1167. Those are the upside targets that we feel comfortable that if the market does continue higher, that's an area that we could see it go to. Now, if you recall, a week or so back, we talked about that pennant formation. At this point, we have a solid breakout above the pennant formation. So what I've done here is I've drawn the pennant formation that you see we broke above, this being our long-term support, our long-term resistance, and the fact that you've had the breakout here and 1, 2, 3, 4 complete trading days above that, to me really is indicative that the market has had a pretty solid breakout above that point. Of course, if you recall, our entry into the market was back actually at this point some time ago. It was based on these candlesticks here. We then entered our trade at 1079, meaning the following day. At this point, we have trailed our stops up to 1090. Traders, we're going to trade them a little bit tighter today. What I want to do is trail our stop up to 1099. I want to put it below these bodies here. So 1100 is effectively where I'm putting our stop. For those of you who have taken the call, aside from a large slide or gap down It will protect us or lock in some profits. If the market wants to continue higher, of course, we're going to be able to take a look at it and look for it to reach the different areas of resistance that we're looking at. First, I do want to see, of course, a breakthrough above these highs, which is around 1127. And then I think that this one area, 1144 to 1140, is the next band of support that we will look for it to move to if, in fact, it can trade higher. Traders, there's always great risks in the Forex market as well as any commodity market. Money should only be traded that is speculative or risk capital, but without risks, you don't get rewards. Good trading to you. Have a great week up ahead. This has been Gary Wagner for WFGForex.com, Wagner Financial Group. Again, wishing you great trading. Bye-bye.